This is my second video checking out Austin Booker, edge defender out of Kansas. He's 6'4.5", 240 pounds with 34-inch arms. We'll begin this video with 6 back-to-back pass rushes that closed out the game versus Oklahoma. Kansas is up in this game by 5 points, so this is the final drive of the game. Austin does a great job throughout the game, not just on this last series, using those 34-inch arms. He really makes good use of his length. This is the first of the 6 pass rushes. Attacks the outside shoulder, gets under the pads of the tackle, drives him back into the quarterback. We'll watch it from the end zone. In my last video, I described him both as a natural and as a newcomer. I also said he was a great improviser. I think he's a terrific improvising pass rusher. I think the idea that he has a plan as a pass rusher, but also as a great improviser, is fairly well evidenced on these last 6 pass rushes. Pointed just a little bit inside off the ball. Note his very first step off the line is wide, and you get that lean inside. His second step is the opposite. Steps inside, leans outside, swats the outside arm of the tackle. You can see him use that long arm technique with his inside arm. Good change of direction. Watch it again. I pointed out his slight inward point from the line of scrimmage on the last pass rush, so I could then illustrate how we see him in this subsequent rush. Shoulders square, head straight up field. He's a long strider that eats up a lot of ground. Initially, you see him heading upfield, attacking the outside shoulder, trying to get the tackle to do this. There's that jab step inside, swat of the hands, a swim, and a pressure on the quarterback. We'll watch it here from the end zone, and we'll watch it from above. He's able to eat up ground very quickly with his long strides, heads up field, threatening the outside shoulder, turns in suddenly and explosively, does a good job with his length, gets underneath the pads of the tackle, and drives him to the quarterback. Watch it again. Once again, these are 6 rushes back to back to back to back to back to back to close out the game. This is rush number 5. On this play, Kansas rushes 3, drops 8. Off the ball, you see the jab step outside. Here he grabs the hand and tries to toss them. Looks like he's trying to make a play, thinking the quarterback's going that way. This is the final play of the game. Kansas is able to close it out. Austin comes off the ball with speed, dips underneath the arms of the tackle, and bends towards the quarterback, forcing him to step up in the pocket, get rid of the football. We'll watch it from the end zone. Again, you see how varied he is on these 6 back-to-back rushes toward the end of the game. Able to dip right there, pressure the quarterback. He might get a finger on him there. Here is a 7th pass rush from earlier in the game. Once again, he's outside of the left tackle. It is a different left tackle earlier in the game, for whatever that's worth. He has these gauge steps that he takes. Also, oftentimes he'll slow play off the line, gauging the offensive lineman. Right here we see him shrink, disappear, get underneath the pads of 75, the left tackle. You see at the end of this rush, again, he's very good at using this length, 34-inch arms. He long arms the tackle, slips off his block, and gets the sack. Austin is the end man being read on this pitch option play. Does a nice job in splitting the difference. They try to get the edge on him. He's going to outrun the back to the edge. Make a tackle. This play is of particular interest because of a play that comes up later. I think as a result of what we see here. Sometimes we'll see Austin kind of duck under this block, forego the backside of a play, perhaps too much, and overrun that way. He's not alone. And we'll see later that Oklahoma notices this on one other occasion and cashes in on it down in the red zone. Austin's going to duck under this left tackle block again in pursuit. He over pursues this. Nobody's left home backside. Quarterback's going to walk this in for a score. I'm guessing Austin will put on 10 or 15 pounds at some point after he's in the league, just to get a little thicker on the edge. But you'll notice he's very natural, very consistent in using that reach advantage that he has and using it to shed and get off blocks. As illustrated on the previous play, he is prone at times to over pursuit. He sometimes gives up gaps outside, trying to make a play. Like many of the players coming into the league, he'll need to pack on some muscle. As an outside linebacker in the Ravens system, he will have to learn to drop in coverage. I haven't seen that yet, but Austin's just a lot of fun to watch. He's a very talented player with a lot of upside.